Hello and welcome to Cupcake Addiction's surprise rainbow pinata cupcake tutorial, where I'm going to be showing you how to make these very unassuming looking cupcakes, and when you cut them open, the surprise inside is a rainbow of candy. So tools and equipment that we will be using today: I've got a sharp knife, I've got just a regular knife, I've got a little bit of our perfectly pipeable buttercream frosting, and I've just popped that in a disposable piping bag, and I'm just using a star piping tip, so any star piping tip you like on the top of that. I've got an ice cream wafer. So a lot of people ask me where you find those, and they're not in with the biscuits as you would think. They're generally across with the ice cream cones, the ice cream toppings in the supermarket aisle if you're having trouble finding them. I've got some sprinkles. I've got some Jaffas or choc orange balls, which is what we have here in Australia, but you can also use things like crispy M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, gobstoppers, any red candy that you like. And I've got mini M&Ms. I used mini and not normal M&Ms because they give a much better spill effect. The normal M&Ms, because we're in a cupcake, they're a little bit too big and you sort of only get 5 or 6 in there. So the mini gives you that really kind of, I guess, the spilling of candy, and it makes it look like there's quite a lot in there. And I've got a little circle cutter. I will leave measurements for that in the description box below. And of course my cupcake. So the first thing that you want to do is take that cupcake and just gently, and you'll notice that as I core this cupcake, I'm turning my cookie cutter from left to right, and I'm not going to take it all the way to the bottom. I'm going to leave just that little lip sticking out there so that I've got something to grip onto to pull it out, and it's going to pull most of that out for me. Beautiful. So you got that core of cupcake. Don't throw that one away or eat it just yet. You want to take your sharp knife and you just want to cut off just the very, very top. The rest of those crumbs can go for cake pops, or you can eat them or feed them to the kids if they're hovering around looking like they're looking for your offcuts. Now, you want to take your M&Ms, and I try not to get too many. For some reason, this packet seems to have a heck of a lot of blue M&Ms in it, so I'm going to try and avoid those. And I'm just going to stick in as much of a rainbow of M&Ms as I can in there. I've actually never seen a packet with so many blue M&Ms. Pop that one in. If you love this tutorial, make sure that you head on over to our channel, My Cupcake Addiction, and hit the subscribe button. Lots and lots of great tutorials over there for all things cupcake and cake pop. All right, now I've filled that up quite high, so take it and just push it down just a little bit. I do like to give it, if you sort of pack them in, you don't want to push too hard because you don't want to explode the cupcake or crack the cupcake, but I do like to pack them in there because it gives a better effect. When you actually cut into it, it sort of forces them out that opening instead of just leaving them sitting inside the cupcake. Take your little cupcake top and just push it back down. So in it goes. Look at that, you'd never know they're in there. So to decorate this up, you can decorate it however you like, but just a really simple decoration for us today. I'm going to take that ice cream wafer and I'm just going to cut it in half with my sharp knife. I'm going to cut one of those halves in half again. And we're going to take our buttercream frosting and we're just going to do a nice sort of a sundae style swirl. So we've got a whole tutorial on our channel which shows you how to do this swirl, but I'm just going to start, I always start in the middle, coming out a little bit wider and up into a nice point. Then I'm going to take some of those sprinkles, just sprinkle them on top. I like the decoration to be quite simple on these because I think they just look so unassuming. People are like, oh yeah, look, that's a nice cool cupcake, and then they cut it open and wow, there's candy inside. Taking your little wafer, just place it in to the frosting there, and then that Jaffa is just going to finish it off. So there you've got your just a standard looking cupcake, but as you can see, when your guests cut into those or bite into them, there's going to be M&Ms everywhere. The kids absolutely love these, but do make sure that you give them a little bit of warning because you don't want to end up with M&Ms all over your floor. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this tutorial, and I hope that you guys will try this at home. If you do, please feel free to share photos with me on my Facebook page. I will leave a link to that in the description box below. You guys always see how my stuff turns out, and I would absolutely love to see how yours turns out at home. Thanks very much for watching.